Younglink for the Netherlands, Leon on Lucina for France.
Yes, here we go. You got, once again, Younglink, Lucina, Sordy versus Projectile Zoner. But he's a Projectile Zoner with hands, man. He is so... Like, Semi, he's known for his really strong advanced state, really high, incredibly long combos. But his defensive game is also nothing to scoff at. He's so strong at using his projectile to keep the opponent at bay. As I'm saying this though, Leon has found his way in and he has made it really count. Ooh, this is Semi's time for the game.
Testing the absolute limits of the hookshot's range. That's like going to Ocarina of Time, picking the furthest away target in the water temple. Say, do I need the long shot for this? Nah, over I come. So Supahsemmie has brought this all the way back with practically a single swing. But Leon just say, I don't want that boomerang. I'm just cutting through it with the blade. I think that's how it would work if you were getting boomeranged in real life. A sword should do the trick.
Yeah. And when you have a punish game as deadly as Supahsemmie's, it honestly skews neutral gaming in your favor because your opponent is so scared to say engage with you and even just like punish things which they're not sure of. Because if they mess up and they get hit, they will take a huge amount of damage. But Leon, he's a bold man. He's very confident in his play, and it's showing as he's taken this first stock, finding a dancing blade in the corner, and that's where Younglink's going to find his deaths most times, getting backed up into a corner and then dying due to his lightweight. Ooh. That's lightweight, so not light enough though.
Oh, but okay, getting that counter activated so that you can recover safely. That's a brilliant little situation for Supahsemmie, who ultimately needs to make a full stock comeback. Now nearly needed to make two, just needed a bit more damage on board before that was going to KO. Leon's starting to do a little bit of an unsafe tactic here, just going full aggro despite having the full stock advantage. I think a lot of that just comes down to you've been playing friendlies for an hour today, you're used to each other at this point, and you generally go more aggro in friendlies, right? You kind of forget the gravitas of the situation sometimes. But with a 2-stock lead, Leon, I'd get to the other side of the stage, honestly. Stop fighting. Sure. I guess Younglink can fight a lot better from a distance, but you don't need to be going all the way in. Or maybe you do. I mean, it's working, isn't it?
You can't really come against Younglink anyway, just because of the nature of the character. You can... Like, that character can just combo you from across the stage into a kill. For what it's worth, by the way, Semi lost his second stock because of the item randomly dropping when he got hit. The bomb would have saved him otherwise by blowing up, but it left him. And that's going to be annoying for Semi. He's going to have to make a huge comeback because of this. You can see the desperation setting in.
Younglink is meant to be one of the most unpunishable characters in the game, and yet Leon in one game has managed to do 2 out of shield up smash punishes. So that is again a testament to say that just because Leon's not necessarily playing safely, that doesn't mean Supahsemmie is either. You kind of need to when you're at that much of a disadvantage, but this is getting better and better for Supahsemmie as it goes along. It might be a little bit too late, but it's best of 5 at the end of the day. All the data you can get downloaded is important. Counter will secure game 1 for Leon, but Supahsemmie very much still in this.
He's going to have to make some adaptations to Tail. You're right, it's incredible that Leon is able to get these hits out of shield against a character like Younglink. It's a hard call out on what Supahsemmie is doing after he presses a button on your shield. Even though the aerials are safe, even though the specials are safe, it's still an RPS situation based on what you do afterwards. It's the thing in Europe, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Is it sparkling or is he just shaking it up a lot? Sparkling.
Oh, it could just be a trick of light. You know?
No, that red label definitely said whatever the Dutch word for sparkling is. Well, your choice, not mine. You know, judge away if you want.
He's the one on winner's side top 8. Here, we're the ones on the moment.
You know, powered by San Pellegrino. It's actually saucy that it's called here. But right, more importantly, Game 2 is taking place between Leon and Supahsemmie in Pokemon Stadium 2. And you know what else I've realized about this set, Focus Miss? This is the battle of the number 2 in France versus the number 2 in the Netherlands. And both of those regions have, at some point in Smash's career, had the title of Best Player in Europe. Gluttony for Ultimate and Mr. R for Smash 4. Mr. R still very much up there with the top in Europe. these days, even if he's not necessarily number 2. So deciding the second best player in France and the Netherlands right here, right now, that means a lot for discussions in the whole continent going forwards.
For sure. Like, the people have kind of agreed that France are the sort of top EU nation, the depth of their top player base. But the top level in the Netherlands is incredible, as you're seeing here. Supahsemmie has just been playing so well. Mr. R's played well this weekend as well, than elsewhere.
Yeah, there's a reason that the Dutch PR has 20 people and 2 honorable mentions on it at the end of the day. For such a small country in comparison to the likes of the USA and even the United Kingdom, there is so much top-level play in this country. And if you can make that good of use of Younglink's dash attack, well, that just says a lot, doesn't it?
He knows the perfect situations where you can actually bring that move out, which is otherwise probably not the most used among Younglinks, but it's an out as a kill option, it's an out as a burst option. And now it's allowed Semi to get a stock lead and continue this little Younglink vortex.
Oh, just immediately saying, you know what, never mind on that dancing blade.
There's a lot of sort of, it's a really interesting like mix-up situation when Lucina uses that dancing blade, that wrecker, able to decide whether or not they continue and which way they do it. Leon obviously catching on to Semi trying to shield a lot, which is why I used that shield breaker.
Yeah.
But Semi's not going to hold it on for too long. Nice high beat. These are the adaptations that Semi needs to be doing, because otherwise he's getting countered like he does last time. Brilliant tech.
No, you can't do it twice, though.
Jesus.
Not his fault. We saw the red splash. It was untechable. I trust that Supahsemmie would have got it if it was possible, but I don't. It was the right idea, in my opinion, to go off for that neutral air. It very nearly did the trick, and as long as the game didn't decide that up B was going to be untechable, it would have profited Supahsemmie in the end. But we'll get one a little bit later. This is a direct reverse of Game 1, where Leon had a full stock lead in that game. Now Supahsemmie has a full stock lead in Game 2.
I just want to talk about how good Semi is when it comes to punishing. He reacted to the bomb sending in. Normally it sends out and then you run off with a forward air. This time he drifts in, gets a... Oh my god, Leon's nice too, man. They are the best players of their characters. They are so good, making their hits count. Semi's still staying alive. He needs to get a little bit more damage if he's going to make this lead count, because otherwise Leon will kill you off stage early. This time he's mixing up his recovery with a tether inwards instead of going for the up B, which risks getting countered. Going for the shield grab, which is really smart, knowing that Leon's just going to sit there and knowing that it's in range to grab from all the way out.
But I even credit Leon for that, because he did the first 2 swings really quickly, slightly delayed the third one, and left it in doubt on whether or not there was going to be a fourth. But Supahsemmie nevertheless just made absolutely the right guess. After that third one, you're done, King.
Oh, and I'm loving Semi's defensive play, racking up so much percent without really putting himself at any risk. Pulling these bombs, throwing them on the ground, just exuding stage control, and says, you cannot go here, because I will kill you. Semi takes Game 2. The Dutch crowd are coming alive.
Younglink a silent protagonist, but I'm sure that's what he would say. If he could talk, I will kill you! And Leon will try and do much the same thing. Lucina talks, but I'm not sure what she's saying sometimes. Like, she's from the future, apparently. Did you know that?
That's crazy.
Did you know you could time travel in Fire Emblem? Things are going on in that universe. But 1-1, basically as even as the set could possibly be. A 2-stock from both parties. Number 2 in France, number 2 in the Netherlands. Game 3 is going to decide a lot. Of course, the stage counter pick will be decided by Leon, but I think generally the matchup chart of stages is fairly comparable between Lucina and Younglink anyway. They both kind of benefit from the same things. So let's have Game 3 and see who's going to win.
I think, as we go on to Small Battlefield, you generally want small stages versus Younglink. However, you don't want Smashfield because of that disgusting middle platform, which gives Younglink so much when it comes to his zoning and his combo extensions. I think Small Battlefield is the right play. The goal from Leon is ever so clear. Get Semi off stage and punish the child. Keep him at bay, swat him, make sure he's off stage, and then allows you to ledge trap, abuse Younglink's poor ledge options, and abuse his poor recovery by edge guarding, getting this himself early.
I'm not sure how he'd feel about being called the child so often. Like, the guy's only called Younglink because some other Link showed up first. This is Link at the end of the day. This is the hero of time. But unfortunately, at the moment, he's the hero of getting sent to the skies with a stock loss. Oh dear, this is looking like a Leon game.
I don't want to speak too soon. Just need Semi to regain his footing. But the dynamic does change a lot once he falls behind. He's not able to just sit back and camp. He has to sort of exert some form of pressure if he wants to take a stock. I say that Young Link is a demon. You know, he can threaten kills.
Oh,
Lovely Phantom Fist, that was so nice. You need those mix-ups, but it doesn't matter. Leon getting back just in time to get down air, back air, and ends up converting flawlessly, falling in sync with Young Link.
Left out of options there. You delayed as long as you possibly could without failing the recovery. The only option was to up B first, put out a hitbox, and hope that the bomb detonated before you fell too far. Then you might have been able to recover, but that in itself was a risk. The likely situation was Leon takes your stock. But you know what? You got one right afterwards, so let's keep it going. We cannot have a game without a full stock advantage to somebody, but will Supahsemmie do what he did to Tarek and bring it back?
These games are very volatile. If one person gets a lead, it can... Actually, I'm saying the opposite. They go back. When one person gets a lead, they run with it. Semi has the punish game to even it up, but he's got to push this to the advantage, to the max, you know, because you're not going to get as many opportunities, and if you're giving things up like this, you may just die for it. It's so hard as Young Link to get back into neutral once you do lose it. And again, so light.
Supahsemmie also loves to go off stage and get those forward airs, but against Lucina, the up B is just too threatening. I saw that Supahsemmie was considering it at one point, couldn't! That's an excellent recovery though!
And being able to tech that, the up throw will kill, but that was such a hard tech to do just because the threat of the bomb exploding as well, so you don't know when exactly you need to tech. So, but it doesn't matter though, because Leon just covers everything. It does not matter if you tech, he's going to find his kill regardless. He's up 2-1 with a commanding 2-stock. And he's been making, I think, the difference maker has been the punish game. Leon has done so much when he gets these ledge traps and these edge guards. It's making it hurt so much for Semi, that Young Link. Young Link has the tools to control the game, dictate the pace, keep you at bay and mash on you at the same time. But you get punished so hard when you do get hit just because how light you are. Your disadvantage is probably your worst state.
So as we've learned, Young Link's dash attack does 12%. Not often is that the first attack you land in a match. I see Supahsemmie use dash attack more than any other Young Link in the world, and that often sounds like a criticism. You know, dash attack is generally the most unsafe moves in the game, but Supahsemmie finds a way to make it work. He is unbelievably good at using that move, but unfortunately, he needs to win this game if he's to stay in winner's side, and it's once again looking like a Leon match.
Semi shield's looking really low, so I was thinking like Leon's gonna be looking for a shield poke or a shield breaker. It's gonna be hard. Leon reacting, but not able to punish the bomb detonating, blowing up in Semi's face.
Now we have a slow recovery once again. Leon actually does not opt to go off stage or indeed really do anything. So now Semi being offered a landing opportunity there in the center of the stage. If Supahsemmie took this first stock, that could be a real momentum swinger. Can we see the continuation of this combo? That's an up B into covering the stage with the returning boomerang.
It worked though, he got a returning hit and the pressure keeps going. He is using that boomerang to set up situations which will benefit him later, even if the reward isn't immediate. And he's still holding his own, using the fire arrow to stop out the approach. It's so useful. It should be good against Lucina, whose dash shield is not the best. You should be able to just use it to stuff out a dash approach. But Leon has been mixing up whether he's jumping in or dashing in, and it's always keeping Semi on his toes. He never feels comfortable pressing a button, pressing out a special. So many bombs blowing up everywhere. Leon is at 130, and it's going to lead into a bad spot, but the drag down smash is not going to connect. That's going to be costly for Supahsemmie. He needs to find this stock right now, Tail.
Yeah, this is one of those troublesome situations for Young Link where you're so reliant on confirms to get a kill. In the end, just a jump read forward air is going to get that stock. This is the closest that any single match between these two has been throughout the set. In fact, it is completely even focus miss.
It is. I'm loving how Semi's using his boomerang and arrows to just throw out to keep Leon at bay, making Leon suffer as he tries to find his way in. And he's found an advantage, ends up giving up, still able to throw out fire arrows to relent. Yes, oh my god. That was essentially a zero step. He was untouched throughout, right? He did not get touched.
Oh my word, Supahsemmie with the Dutch crowd behind him. We are here in Rotterdam, and they are turning out for their boy. Not too much French presence at this event. We had Leon and we had Pew in attendance. Otherwise, that's kind of been it. But they have both made very impressive runs, especially Leon. But right now, that winner's run is in significant danger right now. Supahsemmie with a grab, just holding on in there. Leon says, right, what can you do really? A grab is expected, but Youngling can't do too much off of that. But can you catch him in the air? Supahsemmie goes all the way down, falling like a rock.
Yeah, just resetting to ledge instead of trying to risk dying from the juggle. It puts you in the corner, puts you at risk of death to the back air. Semi is in a strong position, but he has to control this game. He's going to go for the most beautiful Youngling combo I've seen. The down tilt into the arrow, not knowing that the up air immediately wouldn't kill. Goes for the fire arrow for that extra height and that extra damage so that the up air would kill eventually. Lovely stuff. We're seeing
been, by the way, throughout the whole set? Supahsemmie's been doing extremely well, but it's not been combo-heavy play. Supahsemmie's just been winning off individual reads, long strings of neutral, and just generally threatening with Youngling's tools. That was the first game where we properly saw Youngling's actual combo game at bay, and fearlessly innovating on the spot. Supahsemmie brought that out from a deficit in the middle of a game, and now it is 2-2. Again, Supahsemmie with the 1-0 lifetime record, having won earlier this year at Ultimate Wanted 4. Can Supahsemmie make it 2-0, give Netherlands number 2 that advantage over the France number 2, or is Leon going to equalize and get those points for the Smash World Tour and get further in DreamHack Rotterdam? Take it away, focus, miss.
They both took a bit of a moment to breathe and collect their thoughts before they head into this crucial Game 5, knowing the stakes are so high, and this game will be very, very important in the run of this tournament, the run of their Smash World Tour runs. Oh my lord, what a way to start that Game 5. Leon is in prime position to take this set. Useful conversion leading into the edge guard, and that Sigma stock so early, just 20 seconds into that game. Semi could be rocked. He needs to gather his thoughts, stay composed, because otherwise Leon's going to ride this momentum into a set win.
I also really like the Yoshi story counter pick from Leon. Will you live? Yes. No.
Ooh,
no. It's a kill for Supahsemmie.
That is death.
But the Yoshi story idea is, what can I do that Youngling can't? I can up smash someone on a platform. Youngling can't. Youngling up smash is tiny. That is actively removing an option from Youngling when you are on the platform. Sure, it's only one, but it's definitely something you can do that Youngling can't, so that's an effective counter pick, possibly on the second time of asking.
Yeah, I think the main thing, though, is these blastings, they're so narrow, those back airs off stage will kill very early. However, it's a double-edged sword. You could lead your... That up B killed because of the blast zones. And the top platform will lead to extensions for Supahsemmie. He managed to bring us back to an even position.
Boomerang betrayal, though. Why'd you go there, man? You're supposed to be my mate. Get Leon! You're not returning to me. Return through him, at least. Get the return ticket. It's only an extra £2. There's an up B. Out of disadvantage. Leon misses with the first swing, but Supahsemmie could not make sure that spin attack completed itself. It was either finish the move or recover. Either none of us die or both of us die. In the end, none of them died, and Supahsemmie loses the stock first, but instantly clapping back. Can you finish the job? Take this stock. Give us an even last stock scenario. Almost.
How is Leon still alive? It doesn't matter. Again, neutral air from Youngling, center stage killing. Last stock. Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. All to play for at the moment.
Yep, and it took the extra pressure from Supahsemmie to bring back from an original deficit. Leon opened so strongly in this game and is being strong on the offense right now, but it's even. Supahsemmie's keeping it going even further. How do you finish this?
Look at this. It doesn't matter if he's dropped the combo. So much damage. This is scary, though, at ledge. Youngling, poor ledge options. Youngling looking for a hit. Fast frame nade to back it out of shield, setting Leon on the off stage. Giving Semi time to pluck a bomb, giving him a perfect whiff punish option.
Okay.
What's going on, Leon? You don't want to be doing that. You're giving away free hits. The pressure's getting to him. Up close and personal is Semi, getting them there, setting him off stage. He's in a really good spot at the moment, Tail.
115, we would traditionally call this kill percent. For most situations against Young Link, not necessarily, but you are comfortable, you can throw more projectiles, build it up, and then eventually go for that big hit. Again, platform might interrupt a couple of down tilt to forward air type things. It might cancel the move if a character lands in the middle of it, but a raw one at center stage will do it! The crowd pops off for the Dutch boy! Supahsemmie moves on to winners finals against Larry Lurr.